look at this. Very first sketch.
Good hello, welcome to an OnionSkin stream.
Yeah, hey, it's just going to be a pretty chill hangout today while I try and finish off some bits. And it's just me and you. We can just chat and do whatever we need. I'm going to be taking you on a tour through some of the files I'm working on at the moment, resulting in just this. Making parts per video as I need them. So, a banner will appear here and there, a new logo, a new onion, new colors, etc. Old 2015 branding. Okay, this is going to be fun because some of this stuff is, it's 6 years old now. I've been doing this for a while. Look at this, bitmap composites. Who uses bitmap composites anymore? What else we got? Character and logo 2016. So you can see how all over the place it is. I've got sort of chunks for each main resource, and then they're all wired together in different ways depending on what I used it for. So logo 2020, it just got whipped together, spur of the moment one day. Look at all this. What a mess. So even just now, here's a good example. Backing gradient, is that what I just used? Yeah, here we go. So check this out. This is for the live stream right now. I came in here and just tried to find the right pieces to put this together. Yeah, so the onion's gone now. I just disconnected that. But even then, this drawing, which isn't named, has another substitution, which was for the stylus rumble feature. How long ago was that? A few weeks ago? What's this one? Drawing 6. I guess that's figuring out new text, because that N is different. But I need the accountability to get it done. Look, there's a write and a display right up here, just because when I was just needing to make quick little title cards, just throw it in. Don't care about it. What's this stuff? Drawing 4. Okay, so top tag, bottom tag. All right, that's going to be really useful for future systems to add in whoever the guest is down here, and that can be customized each time. But why are there different subs, and why are they all white? Let's make this... You see how this really builds up and just becomes a chore, hey? That's why I need to make an event of it. Let's do it with everyone in the room so I won't put it off anymore. Sorting out a network is like cleaning a room. Disheartening at the start, but satisfying when you locate a month-old bit of rotting pizza. Yes, it is. Do you have to do that kind of stuff in what you do, Xiang? I thought you've been in pretty much a frame-by-frame traditional world for years now. When I'm working client jobs, I do this as I go. I'm very methodical and clean, but something about personal projects is very, very much about embracing the chaos, I suppose, because you have an idea and you just do it. You're not really working to any particular direction. There's that journey of discovery, right? All right, here is very much the old logo where skin is written thin. I am really bad when it comes to fonts, and it's probably good seeing that you're here, because I remember you would make fonts and get them actually working, and I've never been bothered to even just look up on Google how to do it properly. And for the past 5 or 6 years, I have handwritten like every thumbnail, and every time you see this text, it just straight up is my handwriting. And I've gotten relatively good at it now, I suppose. It's quite clean, and this is very outdated. Like, look at this. Where are my guides? I reorganized my toolbar lately, so it's... Did I turn them off? I didn't turn them off, did I? Or did I? Oh, okay. Yeah, no. I put them in my regular camera over here, which is seeing a different view. Main working. Oh, geez. Where were we? What were we looking at? Backing gradient. Okay. Guides. Jeez, that was a mission. Yeah. I can write a lot straighter now. Having this bit be thinner was probably a mistake right from the beginning, and I just sort of stuck with it. But it made it very difficult to read in thumbnails. Anyway. Delete. Hang on. Do I have a backup of this? I'm pretty sure there's a backup of all this. I'm going to save the other one again, just in case. I don't know if I want to delete the old logo forever. All right, back to slicing and dicing and getting rid of past work. Bye, old logo gone forever. Wow, and Greg's here as well. 3 of my old housemates are in the chat right now. This is rad. All from different eras of my life. Effects and 20 plus layer background PSDs, importing many dimensions. Backgrounds don't get painted in Harmony though, do they? That'd be wild. Greg, have you ever tried painting backgrounds in Harmony? There's no blend tools or anything like that, but last I checked, you don't even use blend tools, hey. I think I used a free online software for making fonts on a Mac. Can't quite remember what it was, but it was a vector-based program. Interesting. Okay, so this is going to be subtitle, I suppose, because it goes under the title. And all of these have effects on them, so that, you know, it generates matte outputs and outlines and things like that. This is probably one of the most common effects that I use, is a matte blur that has no blur on it. It's just used to change the color, and then a matte resize to bulk it up like that. So new OnionSkin logo has that twice. Hooray. And this is all pink right now just so I can see it when it's against a white background. Now I made a second one of these only just now, and I've already forgotten what it is. What's the difference? Oh yeah, it was just too dark because it's the outline color, and then I did one that's the orange color, but against this it looks yellow. Interesting. Should I keep both? I want to keep all this as like, have like some sort of machine where I can just sort of like flick all the switches and then get all the different sorts of you know, branding material I need out in a second. It's, you know, Harmony's not built for any of this, but it's become such a crutch to me now for like nearly a decade. I can't use anything else. It's so weird that when I first started using it, I was just as stubborn and didn't want to let go of Flash. And Xiang, you were there for that journey. You remember how much I struggled to let go of Flash. 2BIM Studio was a real struggle for me. Oh, Greg has done a background in Harmony back in like 2014. Interesting. It's changed quite a lot since then. That was only just as bitmap tools had been added. In fact, I'm not sure if they had been added yet. I think they got added during 2014 or maybe 2015. So there really wasn't that much there besides a brush. As far as vector tools for drawing are concerned, I'm not sure how that would have been done, because like in 2014 you were still very much a Flash guy, huh? You hadn't moved into Photoshop or Clip Studio then. Lucky says he will never let go of Flash. I know we have this argument every month, but you know that that's fine, right? It's different tools for different people. You're a programmer. You say that like when you need to animate rain, you just code the rain. That makes sense. Also, you use it for like quick little odd jobs. You use it for web development. It was made as a web development tool. You don't make TV shows. SodaPop says, I find OpenToonz easy to use, and Clip Studio EX now has an OpenToon export, and Bot have Toei XSheet integration. Now, OpenToonz I only used when it first came out, so it was very raw and bare bones. And am I right in saying it's sort of the Blender of 2D programs? Like it's open source and it's riding on the mods that people make for it. What is it like now, 5 years later? I'd be interested in giving it another look. But, you know, I've put so much investment into this that when I just need to make something, learning other tools is rough. Greg's Harmony experience says he used a lot of gradients. It was vector. And didn't rasterize myself until 2017. Golly, that's when we were living together. And Xiong says, Flash, I was born in it. Molded by it. I didn't see Toon Boom till I was already a man. Once the drawing substitution system clicked, then there was no going back. Anyway, we've been looking at this small corner for a while. Hey, let's see what else is in this document, should we? Or should I finish out what I started? These two are the upper edge. Because remember, I had Ollie on here just a few days ago, and that really turned me around on rig-based animation quite a bit, simply because his background is in stop motion. And shifting that mindset from, you know, hey, there is a larger learning curve in going from hand-drawn animation to rig-based than there is from stop motion to rig-based, which is quite interesting, but that makes sense because you're posing. And I always felt very strange that I love building rigs, but I prefer animating frame by frame. What's this? Standard. It looks like a screenshot or an import of something, but it's not showing up. Maybe it's not showing up because my display isn't looking at it. What is this? Did I just bring this in as a... Who knows? Bye. So this, what's this big gradient up here for? I think it was a color test, because this looks like the old brown. I was never fond of the old colors, because it was just like a dark brown. Now it's more of a, almost like a bright reddy orange, which is much nicer. Ironically, I only went with these colors to start with because it's the colors of like onions and stuff. If I was to go with colors that I actually like, we probably would have seen something a lot more teal-ish. And then Zebrobrain came along and made everything that color. Like, oh, rats. Chris Wood says, I cannot watch all your video because I have to go, but I really very much appreciate your channel and all you have done on this channel. It really has helped me grow from zero to all right. Thanks. That means so much, Chris Wood. Thank you for the kind words. Please do stay in touch with anything else that you need, as I am always redeciding what direction this whole place should be going in. That is just kept filling up the whole dang background. So that should just be called Big Ol' Background. What do we have here? Oh, this is just the old onion, but it's flat. Check this out. This is kind of interesting. Because I put together the new palette very quickly. But it means that it's made out of a clone palette, and the old ones are still in here, which look like that. And comparing them side by side, it's really stark, isn't it? Like the old ones just look kind of muddy and dull. I'm really, really happy with how this went. I'm trying to remember if the new design came first or if the new colors came first. And then, you know, because it all uses a clone palette, the old character just sort of got updated accidentally. But, you know, I thought that was kind of cool. Outlines. Let's have a look at all the parts, because I'm about to delete this. So outlines, contours, highlights, base, and shade on its own. Yeah, so this was all just a flat drawing, and then it got broken up into parts before the original rig was made, which is silly. Should do it that way. Even Ivan is here. There's more real life friends in this than there are internet friends and general viewers. Ivan says teal is the color of my house and red is the color of my studio. They balance each other out. But your house is not inside the studio or vice versa, Ivan. Ivan also says we miss your voice. I miss your voice too, Ivan. We bumped into each other very briefly at Loop the other week. But we didn't. The night was so short and no one had seen each other in a year that there was just too much to pack in to get to everybody in time. But I did enjoy that there was like a section of us grouped off into the corner that just accidentally turned out to be everyone who had been in Show Off. Old avatar, deleted, gone forever, never see him again. It's used as a... Oh, hang on. We've got a trail going down there, so it looks like with a blending in it. A blending set to overlay. Ooh. So what did you do? You're only overlaying the... What? What else is that connected to? What is this? This doesn't go anywhere. This is text. Text that is off. Text that is only on frame 1. What are you? Let's try putting them together and see what it makes. Display 4. Does that do anything? It's underneath. Maybe if we put it on top. Maybe if we change what the blending mode is. Maybe I abandoned this idea because the blending modes didn't actually change anything. Okay. I guess I was just exploring with what different... Some of these are pretty cool, actually. Multiply looks kind of neat. Multiply makes everything look better, honestly. Maybe that's something to keep in mind. This is probably a better question for the background artists, but what would you say are some underrated blending modes? I find it's very rare that I use anything other than like overlay and multiply. Maybe you'll get like an add or burn in there from time to time, but like this exclusion, how are you supposed to know what that is going to do that? And in what cases would you want that? Is there cases when you would want that? Here's another question, actually, in that regard. The bloom node. This is probably... if anyone... I've never really messed around with this, which is super weird because the glow is probably my favorite. And I have used it... I use it for everything. Everything. Even when I shouldn't. Even though it's pretty much just a blur and a transparency or whatever. But I really like stacking glows and then putting it with the raw image and stuff like that. And I feel like the bloom could probably be a cheat to get around. And then not have to worry about it. Anyway, hold on, your text, don't need that either. Ooh, look at this. Thumbnail roughs. This is interesting. So way back in the day, I would use a template like this for all of my thumbnails. If you dig into the channel, you'll find them. There's like a year and a half where every thumbnail had this sort of template on it. And the idea was to have like the series up here, you know, the episode number here, and then there'd be this like sub thumbnail here. Because I really didn't like making thumbnails. That was the most boring part of the whole process to me. But the YouTube game disagrees. YouTube says that thumbnail is the most important part, and you should probably actually treat this the opposite way. Don't actually make a video until you come up with a cool thumbnail. I've had to sort of compromise because I make the video first, and then we'll sometimes spend up to an hour just making an individual thumbnails are important. Okay, it's getting deleted. Bye. Wow, how many copies of this guy are there here? So it looks like cleaning up my branding folder has just been a process of literally deleting everything. Ooh, look at this. Very first sketch. How about that? Yeah, here you go. And then before that, you've got what the logo was before he was a character. So just to give you a context on time, this is what the logo was when you and I were living together. And then it was this when Lockie and I were living together. Anyway, they're both gone. Into the past. Where they belong. This is the other annoying thing that I do to myself, is I don't draw in frame 1. And then things don't show up until I scroll till later. So I'm going to tidy that up too. All of the layers are gone and set up now. I just named these. Why am I struggling to find them? It is this one, right? I think so. It's the mask. Why is it the mask? Is it this one? That can't be right. Is it actually white and it only is that color because it's going through the background as a mask? Is that what's happening? Okay, yeah. So that is a big old slab. All right, there we go. So that is drawn in white or whatever color, and then it gets its orange because it's going through the main mask. Sick. Do I want to keep these two floating, or do I want to add an image switch? That's probably overdoing it. I think this little construction is sort of done now. And we can move on to the character rig. It's called Logo 2020. Yeah, because we've got bottom tags. So more often than not, this is pretty much what I'll be uploading, huh? So that means this should get a composite. And I just sort of layer them like that. And then as I come in here and export different things for different thumbnails on a per video basis, I can just quickly be like, beep, boop, boop, boop. Because for the actual thumbnails, I have sideways ones. And I don't seem to have sideways ones in this document, which is kind of odd. See here, this file like that. I need to be able to access those quickly. I think the mask might have different substitutions. No? I've still got different versions of this in here. But fortunately, hang on, Let's just remove that exposure. Fortunately, I got a plugin the other day which will remove ones of these that you're not actively using. And where did I put it? Here. Delete unexposed cells. Bang. Yeah. Sick. All right. So last piece, this banner mask, this needs to have some substitutions in it so it can change shape dynamically. Which I think will just be... I was about to scale it in evenly, but it is not an even shape. Do I just eyeball this and just assume that it's even? Oh boy. Yeah, that's not going to work. I think that's okay. Let's just, yeah. Yeah, that'll do. Whatever. Yeah. Sick. Cool. Alright. Done. Thanks for watching. Consider following my Twitter for upcoming stream times and topics. Hey, maybe your question or suggestion or whatever will become a video topic of its own, like this one. Previous unedited full streams, as well as any relevant working files if there happens to be any, are available to my lovely patrons. Links for all that stuff are in the description. Yay! Okay, bye.